So I have added this concepts. I believe these are not these are not included last week. And sorry for the typo. Okay, so local communication. So last week we have discussed local and global communication in multicultural settings, right? So we have here, I will be giving you three, or we will have to define local and global communication first. So local communication, don't worry, it's already stated there. It's is being able to communicate with the members of your local area. I believe that's already self-explanatory. No, it can either be in your local language, which is your mother tongue, or a common language that you speak within your town. Okay. So basically within your um local area, no? Global naman, of course, is the term used to describe ways to connect, share, relate, and mobilize across geographic. Meron na. May mga ano na. Crossing na across countries. Ayan na. Oceans, no? Kaya geographic. Meron ding political. So it's not just country to country, but also across political, economic, social, and cultural divides. Okay, last time we have already discussed, we have differences, no? That's why these differences, if nag-cross siya, it's cross communication na. There we have global communication. It redefines soft and hard power as well as information power and diplomacy in ways not considered by traditional theories of international relations. So basically, in essence, you already know that, no? As long as interconnecting and we are interdependent with one another in terms of different dimensions such as economic, social, cultural, yung mga yan. So that's global communication. I know you all know that already in essence, but we just have to give it some concepts to define, okay? This one we have discussed. One more important thing we have discussed is this three words here. Look at these. I've added that as well because there are some questions, what is the difference? Is there a difference between, or at first, between multi and cross-cultural, I was asked. So I think this is important to define, no? We have to define the difference between cross-cultural and multicultural, and dinagdag na rin natin yung intercultural because I think at first we all would think that they mean the same thing, right? So now, may konting difference. There's a little difference there. No, multicultural refers to a society that contains several cultural or ethnic groups. And take note, no, these people live alongside one another, but each cultural group does not necessarily have engaging interactions with one another. All right. So it's not necessary that they interact, with each other. It's just a multicultural setting. Okay. So questions clear? Self-explanatory. Multicultural, ibig sabihin there's so many cultures living in together, but they don't necessarily interact or engage with each other. Kailan siya magiging cross-cultural? Later. No, we have to define intercultural first. Intercultural naman, it describes communities in which there is a deep understanding and respect for all cultures. So if you say we live in intercultural environment or community, it means we appreciate already. No, there's understanding. Dito na rin papasok yung cultural understanding, right? That we have discussed last week. I hope you still remember that, huh? Okay, so we understand that there's a difference. There are differences, no, and we respect that. Okay, we know. Now, when we get influenced, no, when we acknowledge and we get influenced by these differences, nagiging cross-cultural. Now, when we have to engage, it becomes now cross-cultural. So cross-cultural deals with the comparison of different cultures. You see how different one culture is to another. In cross-cultural communication, differences are understood and acknowledged and can bring about individual change. Okay? Ito na, how one perceives another culture and how that culture impacts her or him. Okay? But it does not necessarily deliver collective transformations. Of course, not as a whole, no, as a whole group, that it would totally change one's cultural identity. It's not like that, no. May mga konting influences, impact, but not really. Of course, when, let's say, for example, in terms of fashion, right, we get influenced by what is hot and what is not, or what we see using the media, uh, the K-pop culture, okay, these things. Any questions? Clear tayo with the differences or difference among cross-cultural, multicultural, and intercultural? Yeah, no questions? No questions. Okay, this one, we have discussed that. I believe dun tayo sa words, no? You've done the discussion board, I know. So we have some examples now. We can cite some examples now. We have here chairperson instead of chairman or chairwoman. You can also use chair or coordinator, right? Okay, human resources instead of manpower, police officer instead of policeman. No, because there's also policewoman, so we have to be gender neutral. We also have artificial. We should use artificial or manufactured instead of man-made. It's nice to know, no? Sometimes we are not aware, okay, that we are using these words. And so now at least we know we should have that sense of that sensitivity, no, that gender sensitivity, so we can begin to use this gender neutral words, right? There's more, okay, later on, but for politically correct, these are some examples. We have rape survivor. Eto na, you remember what politically correct words? Ito yung political correctness means it's not offensive, no? Or it's not showing disadvantage to members of particular groups. Okay, very good. Parang nagre-review na rin tayo for your exam. All right, so ayan na. Rape survivor instead of rape victim, technologically challenged instead of computer illiterate. Okay, visually challenged instead of blind, diba? Kasi visually challenged parang mas appropriate instead of just blind, 'di ba? Nakaka-degrade, nakaka-down. Drug dependent lalo na 'to instead of drug addict. When you say addict, I think that's heavier kasi, no? Parang the whole life na it's like no chance to change. Pag drug dependent, there's still a chance, 'di ba, na maging independent. So, we have more words here. I'm sure you've also seen the examples of your classmates, and as I've said nga, 'di ba, no repeating. So, let's see, no, anong mga nailagay niyo doon later. Or you can go back to that and check again, no, browse through those various examples. Okay? Not just for the sake of complying, no, for doing it. So you're done, then you don't check or you don't um read the ones written in the discussion. That's why it's a discussion board kasi you have to read then, right? Not just, oh, I've written my answer, close the window. Okay, you should also browse what are the things that are written there. Okay, so we have gender neutral words. We have ancestors. Some are already given, I believe. Forebears instead of forefathers. Okay, this number 2 already. Average or ordinary person instead of common man. No. Ayan, courteous, cultured instead of ladylike. Somehow we thought, of course, ladylike is okay, but a more appropriate gender neutral word is courteous or cultured. Okay. Freshman din pala, no? Freshman. Okay, sometimes we are guilty with this, lalo na kayo, no? Calling yourself, no? Freshman. No? Paano naman yung mga ladies, right? Yeah, dito na papasok. So how about the ladies? We cannot say we're freshmen, no, freshman. So, yan, you can call first year student. That's good. Flight attendants is instead of stewardess. Okay? Kasi 'di ba there's also steward then. And human resources instead of manpower, we already said that earlier. Meron ding congressman, congresswoman. Yeah. Although, of course, we cannot help but use these words in our daily lives because, like for this one, congressman, syempre we've grown up to using this, no? And we can see that media is also using this word. So, yeah, very rare legislator or representative. It should begin from us again. We should start using this, no? We have more. Mailman. Okay, mail carrier pa din na. Mankind. Instead of mankind, use people or human beings. Instead of man, person or individual. Okay. Brotherhood, solidarity. Yan. All right. So next, political correctness naman. For politically correct words, we have some examples here. Academic dishonesty instead of cheating. Ayan. Okay. O eto. Ayan, maganda. Baka gamitin nyo na to, ha? Okay, instead of ugly, you can say aesthetically challenged. Okay, aesthetically challenged, right? Ayan. Instead, this is a bit also um debatable. We all know black and negra both have negative connotations. So, yeah. But at least black, of course, when we are not pertaining to the being racist, so at least we say the color, okay? Instead of negra, 'di ba? But not the race as a whole. Okay, not stereotyping. Again, it can also mean stereotypic word which is also offensive. Comb free instead of bald. Okay. All right, natuwa ako sa 4. I didn't see that coming. Okay. Comb free. Okay, nice. Yes. Hindi ako get over. I can already start calling some of my friends. A nice comb free head. Okay. Ay, may mga ibang napahawak na ng ulo. Okay. Ayan, differently abled instead of disabled. Good. Instead of drug addict, again, refrain from using addict. We can start using dependent. Okay. We have what else? Broken home. Ayan na. Dysfunctional family. Okay. We're not gonna use broken. Broken is medyo harsh then, right? Instead of poor, eto. No, we are coming from economically marginalized families. Yang ganyan. Okay. What's your status? Economically marginalized. Okay, no? Good. Instead of old, elderly, senior or senior, right? And ayan, dishonest, ethnically disoriented. Yan, ethically. I believe this is ethically. Ethically disoriented, not so I think this is ethically, no, ethical. Sorry for that. Ethically disoriented. Of course, 'di ba? If being dishonest is being unethical. So ethical, not ethnically. Ayan na. Okay, one of some offensive ways, no, of being one of the ways of being politically incorrect. Ayan na. Okay. Next example, we have hearing impaired instead of deaf, no? Informal settlers. I think I am starting to see this informal settlers, no, being used by the media. So it's good. Before squatters lang. And they're starting to use, I can see in some media platforms, no, they're using informal settlers. And people, I can also hear it from some people, so it's good. We also have this instead of mental retardation, intellectual disability. Okay. Right? Or intellectual development disorder. And, eto, instead of stupid, you can use intellectually impaired. Okay. Diba? Why are you intellectually impaired? Haba? Okay. But you can also use that. Midget, instead of using midget, little people. Okay. Well, I don't know with number 15, but yeah. I think it's for me, I am also guilty of using midget, and I didn't know it's also offensive sometimes. So I can start using little people, but I think that's also, I don't know. No. Anything with which has this contrast of little and big or tall is a bit also like offensive. I think I would use midget. Okay. Anyway, morally challenged group. Okay. Wow. Morally challenged. Oh, ayan na. Ito din, may mga favorite words na siguro kayo. You can also add this, body odor. Ayan. Non-discretionary fragrance. Okay? Yeah, you should write this down. Ayan, para pag nagreklamo kayo sa amoy ng kaklase ninyo, ayan, you can tell this to his or her face, no? Okay. You have such a non-discretionary fragrance. I think you should use or change your um roll-on. Okay, so yung mga yan. Or you should start putting perfume. You can also say that. Non-discretionary fragrance. It's good. We have homeless. You can also use outdoor urban. Oh, diba? Diba? Outdoor urban. Outdoor living. Okay. Outdoor urban or outdoor living instead of homeless. Okay. Ayan. We also have people of mass instead of fat. No? Yeah, ever since, 'di ba? Very offensive talaga pag nasabihan kang fat. I think it's really offensive. So you should you should use people of mass, no? Okay? And last slide, you already know this rape survivor. Instead of perverted, sexually dysfunctional. And mga psychopath naman, instead of using psychopath, socially misaligned. And okay. Vertically challenged instead of short. Ayan. Pwede rin kayang horizontally challenged yung fat. If ang short ay vertically challenged, no? Maybe we could use horizontally challenged for being wide, no? Anyway, we have the last one. Okay, you already know that as well. So these are some. And again, you can refer to your discussion board for the other or for more examples coming from your classmates. Right? Good tayo. Any questions so far? Any questions?
None.
You can ask me while I change the slides. Wala? Okay. You should have at least pick some of your favorites. Pick some yung mga tingin nyo ay ginagamit nyo or magagamit nyo in daily lives, no? And not in pangungutya, but, 'di ba, hindi sa pangungutya, but just, it might come in handy, no? Then you can begin to use those words. Okay. Yan. If no questions, then we can begin with our lesson 4 discussion. Okay. So now we will explore tools for local and global communication. Okay, ano tong mga tools nito? We will find that out. All right. But why do we need to do this? Right. Why do we need to do or to explore the tools? Because we are surrounded with various materials. Okay, media again is the prime mover, and it shows us so many things. We can read so many words, no? So these materials are called text, no? Materials or text, we are surrounded by this, right? And as I've said, media nga, it's traditional. It can be traditional or new media. What is traditional? What is traditional? Traditional media?
Newspaper.
Newspaper. Yes. Okay. TV, radio. Okay. This is traditional media. But if we're using this, then whatever we see, hear, or read there, these are called materials and text. What is new media?
Yung
What?
social media.
Yes. Sino yung sagot ng sagot? Very good. I can hear only one person. All right. So yes, the social media. Exactly, the internet. So again, whatever we see there are also text, diba? Okay. Done. Before we continue. Ayan na. Also, so what is the connection to that? Okay, what is the connection? We will be evaluating these messages, no? That use text and image from these media. And then we would use various communication aids and strategies to convey ideas effectively as well. And of course, we will be able to demonstrate awareness for an audience and their context in presenting ideas. Okay. Basic, later on, you will find that out how basic it is. Oops. All right. So as I've said, we have these texts, no? Text that use words and images. Again, but before we proceed to that, um, what do you think is the media used in this picture?
Yung traditional media.
Traditional and anong platform?
Newspaper po.
Yes, newspaper. Very basic question. So this newspaper can carry information, right? So do you believe that all the information in this platform is based on truth or fact? Anyone? It's yes or no lang. Or of course, if you want to support that as well. Is every piece of information here, does it carry truthfulness or fact?
No.
No. Okay. When does it become no?
The opinion of the members sa opinion. May nalalagay na opinion.
Pwede. But we have different types of newspaper, right?
Yes.
So it can be questionable when let me open the chat. when it's coming from tabloids, right? Eto na. So, not everything, especially yung mga sensational newspapers, no? Yung mema lang, may mailagay na news. And of course, they are usually also serving some biases. But for bigger ones, I believe they have to be truthful, no, when it comes to delivering information or news, 'di ba? So, in these instances, we as consumer, we have to know, no, where are we getting this information, no? And we have to be more aware and critical whether this piece of information is accepted as a matter of truth or fact. Okay? So, simply put, we are consumers and we are consumers and receivers, diba? We receive this information, this message, but it's up to us to be critical about believing it to be true or false. Okay? Because every text, words, images, they carry a certain message. Okay? All right. What are these kinds of text now? Okay. Text that use words and images, we have infographic, advertisements, and editorial cartoons. Everyone, are you all familiar with all of these three?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, wow. Okay, so easy-busy na lang. Dadaanan na lang natin. Okay. This I've said already, no? Every piece of text, all clear? Right? So, before we begin to go to each text, no, we will evaluate multimodal text first. We have to know how. How do we evaluate? Okay. Because we will go with this infographic, advertisement, one by one. Okay. But we have to know how. We have to ask ourselves, what is the message? Okay. What is the purpose of the message? How is the message conveyed by the text or the image? Okay. Who is the target audience of the message? And lastly, what is the effect of the message being conveyed in this manner to the receiver? Please take note of this because later on we will be evaluating some texts. Okay. So, from time to time, I will be asking you, what is the message of this tool? What is the purpose of this message? How is the message conveyed by the text or the image? Who is the target audience of this message or of this tool? And what is the effect, okay, to the receiver? Okay. All right. Here tayo.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's define what is multimodality. Okay. Multimodality now here is the use or availability of several different modes, methods, systems, etc. achieved through the combination of words and images in a single text. Okay, multimodal. So maraming method, all right, or system achieved to convey this word or this message. Okay. Yan na yung visual is combination with audio and with text. Okay, graphics. Okay. So you put different methods and systems in that. Okay, let's go now with infographic. So I believe everyone is familiar with infographic, lalo na, especially during Corona, no? Corona times. Okay? Nagliparan. Ayan na, kabilaan ng mga infographics. Okay? So, infographics is a visual representation of information or data, such as chart, diagram, visual images, and symbols. No, it's a multimodal text. Okay? Because meron na siyang combination of visual images, diagram, chart, no, and text to convey message or messages. Okay, looking at this infographic. Now, let's go to the message. What is the message? Anyone?
Good hygiene practices and physical distancing.
Proper hygiene po.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Yes, we have to practice proper hygiene. That's the message, no? Okay. Now, what is the purpose?
Prevention, ma'am.
Prevention of
May COVID-19 po.
the
By get-
corona.
By getting for
Yes.
corona.
Good. Okay. How is the message conveyed? By the text and image now?
Infographic.
How is the message conveyed? How are the graphics, the text, and the image?
Demonstration po.
Okay. Yes, correct. My demo, no? So that even if I'm so lazy to read, I can already understand, no, how to do it, no? For those who read passwords like me, actually, no, I'm not really how do you call this one? I don't really pay attention too much when it comes to these posters, infographics, anything na maraming text, no? It's like I wish their menu, for example, no, I wish there are more images than text because I have no patience reading text. So infographics is really good, and if the images says it all, then even better. But of course, no, it's also important that you read the text. And in our part, if we are going to make infographic, we have to know that we should not be using long sentences, and later it will be part of the discussion. But yes, so my demonstration. So there you can see 1 meter. Yung distance is very important on the left side. Wash hands, no? Even if you don't read the text, there's this disinfection on the second image, okay? And the third, there's this gloves and mask, right? Oh. And so on. The bigger image below is the hand disinfecting, right? So it's good. Okay. All right. So who is the target audience? I believe we can answer that already. Of course, us. No, and what is the effect of the message being conveyed in this manner to the receiver? What is the effect? Sige nga, when you read this info or when you see this infographic poster, what is the effect?
Ma'am, madaling makuha yung attention.
Good. So it got your attention right away. Diba? Why? May I ask why?
Ma'am, kasi hindi siya pure text lang na boring. Meron siyang pictures.
Good. Okay. Any more?
Good looking, ma'am.
Good looking. Ano yun? Okay.
Ma'am, parang yung pagkakagamit ng kulay, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, go on. Yes, yung usage ng color hindi masyadong rainbow. And okay lang, readable, hindi eyesore.
Is, ano, it's good because it's just for our health, ma'am.
Good. This one now is the effect now of the message. Okay, correct. This is now the effect of the message. It's giving us the impression or information that we have to follow this because they're good. They're good ways for our health, not to maintain good or to have good health. Right. So very easy lang naman ang COVID because the message is clear, the target audience is clear. Okay. But of course, we have to apply these questions when evaluating other kinds of infographic. Okay. So next. Any questions so far?
None, ma'am.
None. Okay. So just a quick one. Here are some general knowledge, no? Tidbits. Why infographics? Because did you know that the human brain is able to consume visual content 60,000 times faster than text? So probably this is me. This is so me. Okay. So again, 60,000 times faster. Wow, ang bilis. Okay. Than text. So mine is probably 100 times lower if I read text. Okay. A content with images get nearly double the views of content without images. That's why if you want to relay something, some information, some awareness dissemination, so it's better to use infographics. Okay. Now, when does an infographic becomes a bad infographic? Okay. We will be citing some examples. When an infographic has too much data, okay, it becomes difficult to focus attention and can turn off users looking for comparative information. So here, ang dami, no? So it besides no visual, no images, there's this text, there's no comparison. Where do you compare which, 'di ba? So what is better? What should be done here? You think?
Mas maganda kung isang content lang nandun sa may infographic po.
What kind of system? What kind of way do we make all of this into a more understandable data?
Gawing
Adding
short
images
infochats.
and
Ma'am,
chart.
if hindi siya maraming letter is just mas maganda kung keyword na lang po ganun. Mga keywords.
Pwede yung keyword. But look at this, they're all numbers.
Ma'am, more tawag mo doon? Photos kumbaga. Kasi ma'am yung
What kind of
previous
photo?
illustrations ma'am kumbaga.
What
Kasi
kind
ma'am,
of photo? When we're looking at numbers, for example, I couldn't really read this, but for example,
Graphs po, ma'am.
yes, yes, okay, there you go. I was thinking of wait how to say it without revealing that word. Okay, graphs or charts. Tama. So you can use graph or charts. Look at that. Yung YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, location. No, you have to go if you're reading it, ang dami parang zigzag. You will read zigzag, zigzag. Okay? And it will take a while before you realize, okay, yung orange. You have to only look at the orange and the yellow or green. I don't know if it's yellow or green. Blue and the gray, no? And later, pagkabasa mo, and so, like, and so, So, syempre, mas impactful if you use graphs, right? Or charts, correct? Than just merely putting the numbers in blocks like this. It's really bad besides having too much data. Okay? Ang daming data, crowded, no graphs. Okay? Next, unnecessary 3D. Okay? Ayan. 3D may look cool, but it can distort the way data needs to be presented. Correct. No? If you put it in 3D, then you cannot really have that comparison, no? That proper comparison, right? It's like more of looking at a picture na than some illustration that conveys a message. Okay? Biggest future changes in the workplace. Look at that. Okay. Just like this one as well. Okay. What do you think is wrong here? Anyone? I just remember this is also an example of wrong infographic.
Yung background.
Percentage po?
Total 188%.
Okay. All right. What is it? Sino nagsabi nung last and yung sa percentage? What is the total?
188% po.
188%. Okay. Whatever the total is, it's more than 100. Okay. Sorry, may mga nagsabi pala sa chat. May nagsabi sa chat, graphs and charts. Good, good. Thank you so much. Sorry, late. I read it late. So yeah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Usually 100, diba? You should reach your 100%. But a chart or an infographic is really bad. Pag sumobra, it doesn't add up. Then what is that? Diba? What is that then? Okay. So you have to be also critical and aware of these things, no? Not just, okay, this is 69%, 73. Oh, very close. And we also have 46. Okay. And then we believe that. And then we go around and tell people of this percentage of something that we've seen over the news or any forms of media or infographics. Then it's already not credible, no? So it's really bad infographic if it doesn't add up. Good ones to those who've seen it so fast right away. Okay, there you go. That's what I've said. They just don't add up. Okay, the same thing. If you add this as well, oh, they don't add up to 100. Okay, baby boomers. All right. What about this now? What do we have here? What is wrong here?
The color, ma'am.
The color.
Ma'am, yung year nakakalito.
Yes. Okay. Nakakalito. And what else? You can add some more.
Nahulit
else?
yung 2010.
This
Ma'am,
I
hindi
will.
organize yung date niya? Ay, yung year?
Okay. Yes. Hindi organized. Why? Why would you say hindi organized?
Hindi po dapat po bilog, dapat po timeline.
Okay. So here, what's the aim? What do you think the aim of this infographic here? Hindi dapat pabilog, pero ginawa niyang pabilog. Why?
Para malito yung reader.
Well, hindi naman deliberately para malito, no? Intentional. Di naman you're intentional. Gagawa ka ng infographic and your purpose is to confuse the readers. No, that's not intentional. But maybe the one thing that the creator wanted was to make it different, diba? Like to be unique. So, I want to be unique. So, dapat, let's do this. Let's make it in a circular form because it's visually nice, no? Parang dart. When you play the dart, I think it's a nice design, no? Sasabihin ng creator. But, sorry. But you have to remember to always keep it simple, okay? Sometimes this aim of being unique, no? This aim of being unique and having nice design with this infographic is defeating the purpose of conveying your message effectively and clearly. No, keep it simple. No, viewers should be able to understand the information presented with a single reading. There you go. Look at this, another infographic. No. So they wanted to be unique again. And so, will you read this kind of infographic?
No po.
No, right? Unless you are super bored, probably you will use this as a game. Parang ngeng. Okay. But otherwise, in a single reading, impossible. Almost impossible. Okay. All right. So we know now how to what to avoid when making infographics. Okay, let's proceed to advertisement. Okay, advertisement. This one we see this everywhere. Of course, it's again all around us. Okay? But what's the difference between infographics and advertisement?
Mas malaki po yung images kaysa sa text, ma'am.
Mas malaki yung images. Yes, that's one way of looking at it. Good.
Nandun na yung mga product, ganun.
May pinopromote po.
Product.
May promote product. How do you promote this product? Let's take a look at how, as I've said, when you're doing infographic, you have to be simple. No? Dapat in one reading, you already understand it. You have to be simple, and yun nga, by doing that, it means you should, I'm trying to avoid, no? You should, what do you call this one? Be direct. Diba?
Short and concise yung ads.
Short and concise. But, depende. May mga ads namang mahaba, diba?
Ma'am, pag mahaba hindi na pinapanood.
Pag mahaba, hindi na pinapanood. Yeah, but what is the difference? Okay.
Ma'am, may mukha ng artista.
May tao na kasi, ma'am.
Ma'am, may mukha ng artista.
Person,
kaya yun.
ganun.
Let's look at some advertisements before. I'm sorry I did not put that, but I just thought of it now. Have you seen an advertisement of some whitening products?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anong mga nakalagay doon? What are written there?
Effects po.
Effect, what are the effects?
Whitening po.
More.
Iitim siguro.
Filter, ma'am.
More. For example, there are 2 whitening products. Why would I buy the other one? Okay, it has to
Kasi
be in
may
that
mas maganda siyang
advertisement.
Comparison.
Ma'am,
Yung effectiveness po
specifications
nila.
po.
Sige lang. Yung
Mas matingkad, ma'am, yung kulay.
may ano, a shade ang white, okay? Alright, what else?
Brand.
Ma'am, may data siya. Ma'am, parang dun sa isa 10% lang ipuputi mo. Dun sa isa 20% yung ipuputi mo.
Yes, good. Getting there. So sabi nung isa, oh, you will you will have 20% more chances of or 20% more chance of getting fairer skin, 20% faster of getting fairer skin. Okay? But as you can see, merong asterisk sometimes, no? Whitens in 1 week of usage. You know, it delivers in 1 month after using a month. Puputi in 1 week. May mga ganun. And then asterisk, right? May mga asterisk kasi that is not really true all the time. Okay, ayan na. So from there, okay, what can we infer? Meron ng layer. May layer of messages which are sometimes not presenting facts. Okay? Tatapalan mo kasi you will make it suited to the target audience. No? Your use of words and messages and images should be appealing to the audience now. You can add some words or figures which are not really, which are not really direct to the point, not really factful, just to get the attention of your audience. Okay, attention and of course, if it's a purchase, then just to make them buy that product. Okay, unlike infographics, it is used to present facts and figures. Okay, advertisements, andito na. May layer na yung messages. Okay? Tapal mo para pwede kang gumilid ng konti. You have to use some unique ways na. Okay? But in infographics, you don't use unique ways because it's going to be more difficult. Okay? All right. I believe we should open a new Zoom. Okay? So see you in a bit, class. Let's all open a new one. Okay, now let's take a look at the 2 ways of evaluating or looking at advertisements. We look at the literal message. This one is what is conveyed explicitly. And we also look at the subliminal message. And what are these? What is this? It's now containing underlying meaning. Marami yan, okay? There are so many subliminal messages hidden behind these advertisements, okay? What later we will cite some examples, okay? But again, literal message, we use our senses. What we see, okay? Right? We are explaining it explicitly. Okay? Let's try this. Can someone interpret this advertisement or evaluate this advertisement using on a literal level? Even if you cannot read this, it's okay. But just the big text, the big text here, and this one here. Okay. Can someone interpret this and evaluate this advertisement on a literal level? Oh, dapat nag-uunahan kayo because literal
Saan?
message is just what you see. Diba?
Mami, nag-freeze ho yung
Ma'am,
ano,
I think
yung
nag-lag po
Hindi
yung
po namin
screen.
alam kung saan.
Yung presentation niya po.
Minimize.
Sorry, what?
Ma'am, wala po kaming makitang ad.
Tell me if meron na.
Nag-lag po.
Ma'am, Canva po yung nakikita namin, advertisement po.
Ah,
Nag-lag
sorry.
po yung presentation niya.
Okay. Sige. Sorry for that. Okay, share tayo ng. Nag-lag pala. Ayan. Okay, going back. Thank you so much. So again, literal message and subliminal message. Ayan, meaning what is conveyed explicitly for the literal message and subliminal message we evaluate according to the underlying meaning. Okay, and then we are now looking at this advertisement. Okay, I will give you some time to look at that. Again, you don't need to read this. You don't need, because it's not readable anyway. This one, whatever you see in this side, please evaluate on literal level or analyze on literal level. Anyone?
May tatapon niya yung ulo niya.
Okay. Can you try that in complete sentence? And maybe English for Shenzibon to understand, sorry. So first, this advertisement shows, you can use. Shows what?
It shows that he want to throw himself to another.
To throw himself. You have to be clearer, okay? Himself or what? To throw what?
To throw his back.
To throw his? Sorry, I cannot understand. It's not so clear.
He want to change his path.
I still cannot understand. Can you repeat that again? This advertisement shows, sundan nyo na lang, tat, tat, tat.
A man throwing ahead, ma'am.
A man throwing ahead. Good. Could be a young man throwing a severed head. Okay. So this head has
his head.
The head has a beard.
Long hair.
okay. I hear some.
Head
Yeah.
po dati.
This head has a beard, long hair, or a full head full of hair, known as. It can be also like.
A man doing ahead, ma'am.
Sorry? What is it again? A man throwing ahead?
Ma'am, a man doing ahead daw, sabi
Do-
ni Cedric.
What is a man doing ahead?
Hindi, ma'am.
Kasi yun, kaya
Sabi ni Cedric.
Doing.
Hindi, mali.
Yes, ma'am.
Doing?
Yes daw po, ma'am. Daw po sabi niya.
A
Ala,
man
hindi-
trying.
Ma'am, a man throwing ahead. Kasi ma'am, sabi
Hindi po,
man
ma'am. Sabi niya
trying
daw po, ma'am, doing ahead daw po. Ayan, sabi niya, ma'am.
Ginagaslight niyo ako ah.
Ma'am, tama lang po narinig namin, ma'am. Malakas po
Oo nga
headphones,
eh.
no? O, di ba kayo
Doing
rin po, ma'am?
head. Ano kaya
Yes
yung
po, ma'am.
doing head? Sorry, na-exit siya tuloy. Anyway, going
Ma'am,
back,
ang
no,
ano,
lumalayo tayo. Let's go. So, this advertisement shows a man throwing a head, a severed head, meaning it's a cut head, and this head has beard and full of hair, which can be looking like an afro. Yeah, his head or an afro hair, diba? Okay. All right, what else?
It says to re-civilize yourself, meaning yung hawak niya pong head is his head po before.
Oh, that's already ano,
ma'am, di ba
underlying.
literal?
That's already subliminal. Okay.
Change person na siya, ma'am.
Subliminal pa rin yan. Wait, let's not, yeah, this one changed person. That's his head before. This is already a bit like subliminal analyzation, subliminal message, or analyzing subliminal message. But the literal tayo. Literal muna. What else?
Ma'am, he looks like he gives a damn.
Ah, okay. He looks like he gives a damn, you know. In other words, he looks like so boys.
Nagpagupit po.
Yeah, he's cleaned hair, clean cut, no? Haircut, dressed nicely. Yeah. Which
Yes po, ma'am.
is yes, good. Okay. Shaved. Yan. These are the literal messages of this advertisement. Now I know you can have or you can answer so many things if I ask for subliminal message. Okay, who wants to try to analyze this on a subliminal level?
2022 na kasi kaya nagbabago na siya.
Okay. 2022, so he's changing. Pwede, no? Like, pwede. Now look at the connection of the words and the images. No. We're not literally analyzing now. We are analyzing on a subliminal message level. So,
Ma'am, pinapakita dyan sa product na yun. Kapag ginamit mo yun, magiging anata yung mag-iba yung ano niya, ma'am. Yung personality niya, ganun.
yes, if you use this ad shows, no, that if you use the product, no, you will be a changed man. Wow, mas pogi pa siguro. Okay, more. Deeper, please. Deeper analyzation.
Yes, ma'am. Baka po, baka pag ginamit niya po yung product is baka po magkaroon siya ng more self-confidence, ma'am. Kaya nakasulat po doon, look like you give a damn. Parang parang magkaroon
Okay.
ka ng sariling self-confidence and yan. Para maging pogi
Okay.
ka pala.
Alright, sige. To have more, if you use the product, you're gonna get more confidence. Good. But this, we are already, these are the effects probably, no, the purpose of the advertisement. But what you're saying so far are the possible purposes of the advertisement, no? But how do we analyze it? The subliminal message. It's already there. It's so clear.
Ma'am, sa may hawak niyang head kasi nung tinatapon niya yung dating personality niya nung hindi pa siya gumamit ng Nivea, tapos nung gumamit na siya ng product na yan, ma'am, nagbago na yung niya, personality, kaya tinatapon na niya yung before niyang anyog. Kumbaga ganun po.
Okay. Again, it's somehow related to the first answer, no? Somehow, after using the product, you're a changed man. You're a changed man. For the
Ma'am,
better.
nagkaroon po ng self-confidence.
Yes, this is somehow also the same with the second answer.
Ano
Self-confidence.
po yung question, ma'am?
But again, I'm gonna repeat now what I said. What you guys are saying so far are the effects that the advertisers or these advertisements wants you to see. But the subliminal, we look deeper. No, we look deeper. We analyze it. We analyze it. What there's no question, but just please analyze this on a subliminal level. The underlying message. Underlying. No.
Embracing yourself. Po.
Embracing yourself.
Yung nasa chat po, may nag-chat po ng sagot, ma'am.
Okay, all right. The ad is showing that having an afro hair is uncivilized. Exactly. Yes, this is the one I'm looking for. Okay. If you look at that big word there, recivilize yourself. Dito pa lang, okay. Why is having this kind of hair uncivilized? Well, you will ask that question because it indirectly made you ask yourself, okay, so if I have this hair, what would you feel if you have that kind of hair? What would you feel? Okay, so I am uncivilized because this ad says civilize yourself. So after using this product, you will be civilized. It means this kinds of hair is uncivilized. This is now a subliminal level analyzation because it's more to just looking at the effect or the message, probably the message. A while ago, you said to have more confidence, to be a change man. This is the message, okay? But the effect now, more to that, no, effect of this. If you think that you have this kind of hair, remember the fifth one when it comes to evaluating multimodal text, the fifth is effect of how the message or images is conveyed. Then how was it? The effect of that, if you have this kind of hair, okay, so I am uncivilized, right? Good one, Ashley. Okay, so we can say that this advertisement is very degrading, negative, racist. Correct? Tama. So this advertisement was really controversial. They really they were bombarded with so many negative comments, no, about this and feedback about this, and they had to change this advertisement kasi nga it's very it's showing racism, no? It says something about a particular race or culture. It attacks, no, which is very bad, no, because if you will look at the history and the meaning of those people who wears an afro, just to give you a short history, no, because it's not our history in the Philippines, but then in the conquest, no, colonization and conquest in Africa, no, there are this civilizing process as well, no, that made them look like this afro. If you have them, you have to change. No, this is part of the history. It's shown in the history. This has happened. So it was a really bad time for them. No, and for that to appear again here in this advertisement, oh, it's really racist. Tama. Okay. Para lang yung, for example, a country or a group had a very bad history or experience in the past, and then they showed it in an advertisement. Besides being racist, you cannot, it's just, wow, so many unhuman words or factor that you can say about that, no? Okay, good. Good, good. Okay, any questions so far? You will have more analyzation tomorrow during your asynchronous meeting. So at least as early as now, please again, do not just look at the message. Also look at the effect, okay, the subliminal messages. You put yourself into the shoes of others, into the shoes of the people or the image affected, okay? And then you can already from there explain more effects of that. Okay, this is a bad advertisement, this is a good advertisement, and so on. Last but definitely not the least, we have editorial cartoon. Very fast lang to and easy. So this is now a multimodal text that functions to provoke prompt readers to think about current issues that affect human connections. Okay. So it's like everything that is written in an editorial section is displayed through editorial cartoon. Now, it's important to define what's an editorial cartoon. It is an illustration. Okay, please remember that. It is an illustration that represents commentary that usually relates to current events, issues, or personalities. Okay. So we see that every time in newspapers, just like this as well. Okay. This is a really good cartoon that I saw, and it's really effective actually, right? So probably the editorial was about, of course, the difference of socializing back in the days and then now. Probably the use of media, the use of social media, the use of gadgets. I think that's probably the editorial. And this is the cartoon. It's nice. It's really timely. You see, then they're talking in the bonfire, and then now there's no more bonfire, and everyone is not facing each other. They're all facing on the other direction. It's a really strong cartoon. Okay, that ends our discussion for today. Any questions so far? So again, if we are to evaluate these tools, just remember, just to go back to this questions. What is the message, purpose? How is it conveyed through the text or image? And who is the target audience? And what is the effect of the message? No? In the manner, okay, that it was being portrayed. In that manner, okay? All right. Any questions?
Wala na po.
Wala na. Okay, I almost forgot. Sige.